Benjamin Franklin was America's first great businessman and salesman. He told a story, and I've slightly modified it here. He says, I stopped by where a great number of people were collected at an auction. The hour of the sale had not yet come, and they were conversing on the badness of the times. And one of them called to a well-dressed elderly gentleman, Pray, wise gent, what do you think of these times? Will not these heavy taxes and high rent and mortgage costs quite ruin our country? How shall we ever be able to pay them? What would you advise us to do? The old man stood up and replied, If you would have my advice, I will give it to you, in short. They joined around in desiring to hear him speak and gathered round him, and he proceeded as follows. Friends, he said, the taxes, rents, and mortgages are indeed very heavy. And if those burdened by them were the only ones we had to pay, we might more easily pay them. But we have many others, and much more burdensome to some of us. We are taxed twice as much by our own idleness, 3 times as much by our pride, and 4 times as much by our foolishness. And from these taxes, the tax man cannot deliver us by allowing a tax deduction. However, let us take good advice, and something may be done for us. Those who work diligently, wisely, and manage their time well make wealth. So the question is, what are we doing to manage our time? Those without a system are like dead fish that float down the river. Texting, looking up sports scores, Facebook, etc., those things that don't make us money or boost our annual bonus checks. There is a time for these things after work, but during work, you can make a fun game out of checking the items off of your to-do list. So we don't do what we should do. We do what we decide in our mind that we must do. So Benjamin Franklin had this system. First, he would make a to-do list every day and then prioritize the items on that list. A, for the important things, B, for those things of medium importance, and C, for the unimportant things. Then he would put numbers by the letters, A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, and this, so on with the C's. Then he would get to work immediately on the A1. So depending on the task, we can make a must-do out of the 3 most important things on our to-do list for the day. I have a time management system called Benjamin. It's an app on my phone that does just that. I can put it A, B, C, and A1, A2, A3 on the items on my list. So let's go ahead and make a list every single day and then take action for those items on the list.